This movie tells a story about a pair of US Navy fighter pilots who risk their lives during the Korean War and become some of the Navy's most celebrated wingmen. Inspired by an episode in military history, this movie is focusing its themes on interracial brotherhood among our brave boys in uniform. Pilot Jesse Brown made history as the US Navy's first black aviator. Unfortunately, this movie is not quite the memorialization this man deserves. He was a heroic pioneer, but this poorly written biofilm barely does him justice. The movie sparks conversation, but doesn't reach the level of quality needed to stand the rest of time. The script is really mediocre, as the movie is bogged down by often sluggish plotting and an over-reliance on the most tiresome tropes of war films and racial dramas, while also remaining dodgily apolitical in its perspective. This movie never quite finds its bearings, and its forced attempts to inspire as a social issue film only highlight how flat and lifeless it is as a work of drama. It's bloated, unfocused, and problematic pacing movie that never quite gets off the ground. The movie favors drawn-out dramatic pauses that keep getting in the way of crucial tension or momentum. The story is paint by numbers, as the film is centered around Jesse and Tom Hutner's relationship as they fall somewhat into the stock types of the rule breaker and rule follower respectively. Jonathan Majors' performance is decent. At least he's better to portray Jesse's sorrows and frustrations into sharper focus than the script does. Glen Powell, who also appeared in Top Gun Maverick, is not given as much to work with. His character only really finds a semblance of purpose when he must come to the rescue of his injured partner. Unfortunately, there's not much interactions between Jesse and Tom to shed any additional light on their friendship and Jesse's interiority. To make it worse, these two characters are surrounded by so many bland avatars of masculine identity. The movie makes a wrong choice, as it's mostly stressing Tom's willingness to stand up for Jesse whenever his buddy faces direct or indirect racism. This is really awkward, as these cringe-worthy white savior moments are really tough to swallow. The film's reductive bad apple approach to racism is also disappointing, which puts nearly all of the violent threats heading Jesse's way in the mouth of a single character. The audience who expects some sort of fantastic action should be ready to be disappointed. The action feels uninspired, unengaging, and unexciting. It feels no different from countless other historical war films and pales in comparison to many of them. Overall, this movie is such a disappointment. We do not recommend this movie at all.